I've been burning to do an update video for quite some time, but it's just been so busy I haven't had a moment to do that. So now it is evening and our caravan is parked close to where we stay at the moment. We're not permanently living in the caravan, so we've been able to use it for setting up a quiet corner. And maybe you can hear the night sounds outside. I'm listening to these creatures who do their thing, who are sustained by the hand of God alone. Nobody feeds them, no human hand cares for them. And yet every single evening they make their sounds and remind us of the fact that they're still there. And as we're listening to these night sounds, tonight I want to share with you the testimony of our past few weeks and how we have been tremendously encouraged by God's hand of sustenance. The first update I would like to share with you is that it's just been really, really busy. I want to say sorry for the fact that we haven't made so many videos in the last little while. It's just been too crazy. We've done a lot of traveling in the last sort of quarter of the year. We visited a number of places where we presented health talks. And one of the most exciting places where we were able to participate in ministry work, if I can put it that way, has been the latest Dundee Junior and Teen Camp. So twice a year there's a camp held in Dundee. There's a winter camp and a summer camp, and these camps are arranged for children. They're themed around a specific Bible theme, and children have the opportunity to come and have a lot of fun but learn more about the Bible at the same time. At this latest camp in December, the theme was the story of Elijah. And I want to share with you what my experience has been at this camp because it ties in with our goal on this channel. For those of you who are maybe new to this channel or haven't seen many of our other videos, maybe I can summarize to you what we really try to share on this particular channel. My background as a medical doctor has shown me that disease is something that everybody struggles with. All of us have a point in our lives where we have health problems. And we oftentimes run to solutions that come with a risk. Most of the medical solutions that are presented these days are hinged around or sort of built around the medical industry and particularly the chemical industry. And medicines always have side effects. All medications on the market are known to have side effects, which means that they do something that we want them to do. They do a job that we are happy about, like something might take away the pain. But at the same time, there's an element of stress that it places on our organs. It might cause increased stress on the liver or on the kidneys or do some damage somewhere in the body. And that dual effect of medications is something that I tried desperately to avoid. I am always looking for solutions that don't come with a risk. And I've come to learn and trust that we can rethink our health. We can rethink how we approach health, how we approach disease, and we can kind of have a mind shift where we think a little bit differently about what we do in case of illness or injury. And with this in mind, I've been studying a lot about natural remedies and I've really grown in my own understanding of natural remedies, but in particular, I've grown in my faith in the God who created these remedies. Now, let me tell you more about this camp. This last summer camp was themed around the story of Elijah. And for those of you who know the Bible story of Elijah, you will know that this is not just a story. It is a powerful illustration and a powerful account of how God was calling his people back to trusting in him. People of this time, even the Israelites, the people who knew who God was, the people who knew what the truth was, they had wandered off and started worshipping false gods. They started worshipping Baal, and amongst other things, they started believing that Baal could provide in their basic needs, that he could provide rain, water, food, etc., etc. And in their worship practices, they rejected God altogether. During this period, God sent the prophet Elijah, and he sent him with a powerful message. He sent him to go to the rulers of the time, to go to the people of the time, and tell them and call them back to worshipping the true God of heaven, who was the only one who could provide for them. In this time, the people were so stubborn that God ultimately withheld the rain for 3 years. And one has to ask yourself the question, why would God do that? Withholding rain subsequently meant that there was a whole impact on the whole area. There was food shortages. There were problems with food supplies. In some areas, it actually caused starvation. And one would ask yourself, why would a loving God do this? God went to the extremes to show the people that he was the only one who actually had the power to control the natural elements and to provide in their basic needs. He was calling their attention away from figments of imagination and trying to remind them that all of these false gods were nothingness. They didn't really exist. Praying to them, pleading with them, offering sacrifices to them meant nothing because they did not exist. He was calling the people and inviting the people back to true worship, but ultimately back to trusting in God as their only true provider. Today we are presented with the same choice. We are still presented today with a decision to make. Are we going to trust in man-made creations, man-made rules, man-made laws? Are we going to trust in human beings to provide solutions for our health, to provide help when we are in trouble? Or are we going to recognize that God is ultimately the only true provider? We are also presented with a question. Are we going to recognize that God has gone before us? He has gone ahead of us. The Bible has many examples where God says, before they call, I will answer. I will go before you. I will cross over before you. There are so many verses where God shows us that he is ahead of our problems, not behind. He's not surprised by our problems. We don't inform him of our difficulties, but he has already gone ahead and provided, created the opportunities, created the solutions ahead of time. Natural remedies are a brilliant example of that. And at this latest camp, I had again the opportunity to see this in action. For the children who came to the emergency room, who came with scratches and bruises and spider bites and bee stings and small injuries and allergies, chronic problems, etc. Those children came and we presented them with the option of taking the medications that their parents had packed for them or trying out some of the natural remedies. And many children tried the natural remedies, and the most incredible testimony is that so many of them came back and testified of the fact that the natural remedies worked better than the medications they used to take before. Children came and they told me some children repeatedly chose to take the natural remedies over, for instance, their allergics and other medications that they take at home. One boy came to me and said to me, I must please send the recipe for the natural remedies that I recommended him to use for his headaches because he wants to use them again, and he said that they worked better than the pain medications that he is used to taking at home. Other children came and they spoke about how the poultices that we used and the hydrotherapy that we used were more effective to relieve the discomfort from injuries or from the spider bites or bee stings that they had than any of the medications that they had taken before. And to me, it was an incredible representation of this exact same theme that we were presenting to them in the story of Elijah. God gives us the opportunity to choose between trusting his knowledge, his provision, his creative power over man-made items, man-made inventions, man-made research, man-made solutions. And God's remedies worked better than man-made solutions. And the children experienced that firsthand. I was strengthened in my faith that we can trust in the Lord with all our hearts, and we do not need to lean on any human understanding, not even expert understanding, because God's ways are always the best ways. He has not only created the most incredible remedies for us, but he's made those remedies before we ever got injured or sick. I hope that as this year comes to a close, that you will continue rethinking your health, that you will continue a quest for learning, for understanding, for learning what you should avoid, what you should change, to strengthen your body and to protect this body and care for the body that God has given us as a gift. There is no solution that any human being can come up with that is better than what God has made for us. And the most limiting factor to that is not God's remedies or his provision, but our knowledge of these things. I hope that we will continue learning together, studying together, growing together. And as you rethink your health, may you trust in the Lord with all your heart. Okay, I admit it. So I got a little bit carried away with my excitement over what the Lord has made and how he's given me opportunities to see his provisions and his remedies in action. But I haven't really forgotten completely about the other update that you might be waiting for. Many of you have been following our social media channels and you've seen that there's a strong possibility that we're going to Fiji in the new year. If you haven't gotten all the information about this project yet, I'll give you a brief summary. So we've been invited to go to Fiji so that we can share some of our testimonies to the Fijian people about the remedies that we've been using, about the effect we've been seeing, and about the profound impact that lifestyle medicine and natural medicine has on people's health in a way that doesn't come with all the risks and the complications of many of the chemical solutions that is often prescribed in standard allopathic medicine. With this in mind, the testimonies that we hope to go and share there will accompany some medical missionary training that we can offer, where we can show people and do demonstrations about the different remedies that can be used, the different natural treatment modalities that can be employed, and how that can be relevant even in a different setting to South Africa. In order to make this a reality, we are still in need of some funding. The ministry that we're going to be working closely together with is the 10,000 Toes campaign in Fiji, and they have undertaken to provide our accommodation. They're going to undertake to make sure that we are well fed and that we can get around with transportation, etc. while we are there. But of course, getting there is still a big expense for a family of 3. So our flights to get there and get back to South Africa after our trip is still something that we are fundraising towards. So if you would like to get involved, if you want to partner with us for this project, and if you want to get involved, I want to encourage you to do that in 3 ways. Number 1, please pray for the project. Please pray that the Lord's will be done, that we will be able to hear his voice clearly, and that we will work only according to his leading, so that we won't follow our own minds or our own ideas, but that he will be the one leading and staying in charge of this project. Number 2, we would like to encourage you, if you are feeling impressed to do so, to get involved financially. You can make donations through any of the means that we share in the description box for this video, and your contributions will go towards helping us to travel there and travel back to South Africa. There are additional costs that are involved with this traveling, not only the flights, but there are some extra costs, making sure that we can have all the necessary documentation and everything that we need in place. So we appreciate your financial contributions for this project. And number 3, we want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so yet. Our statistics show us that more than 40% of the people who watch our videos haven't actually subscribed to the channel. And by subscribing and liking the videos, you are making it possible for these videos to be seen by more people, so that the information that we share can also reach more people. So those are 3 ways that you can get involved. And that's basically the update from our side. As soon as all the funding is available, we will book our tickets, and then we'll go to Fiji for a short period of time. The Lord is in charge of the timeline and exactly how long that will be, but at least we know that we can go there and visit there on a visitor's visa for approximately 3 months, and the hope is to make use of that time period to go to various different areas across the different islands of Fiji and share our testimonies and share some valuable health information with the people there. In addition to the traveling that we've done, the traveling that we're hoping to do, and all the ways in which the Lord is blessing us with wonderful experiences, we hope to continue making videos for this channel, and for that, again, we thank you for your support. Throughout this year, we have been able to do what we've done only because of the ongoing support of people who have shared their prayers, their encouragement, shared resources, shared information, and also shared their finances. And we want to encourage you to continue doing that in the new year. Without the support, we cannot continue doing what we're doing, and we hope to be able to just expand how much information we are able to share on the video platform, on the digital platforms, and various other modalities. So thank you for what you have already contributed, and may the Lord richly bless you on your individual health journey and on our partnership as we all partner together to rethink our health.